So everything I'm going to tell you is how I encounter Mary English at the British Library. The British Library acquired the letters, the correspondence of Mary. Family secrets here, the letters in two big trunks were kept by the family of Mary English in the attic of the house, the family house in London for 200 years. And that presents me with the opportunity to read about her letters. And this is gold dust in terms of archive, because not many women on the 19th century wrote about the wars of independence in South America from their own pen. So Mary English was the first person, and is probably the unique person that wrote about this experience for being there.
When Patricia Diaz, who's a fellow of the British Library, made contact with the Faversham Society about putting on a talk about Mary English, we were delighted to have that opportunity. Mary English was born here in Faversham to a Dockers family. She went on to do significant work with Simon Bolivar in Latin America, and to be honest, we'd lost track of her history. So we're delighted that the British Library with Patricia Diaz is going to be bringing out a historical novel about her life, and we look forward very much to its publication.
She had beautiful handwriting. She expressed herself with great conviction. She's very good sense of humor. She's very deep observant of everything, you know, has these qualities of beautiful observation of the characters around her. And she observes and participates and writes about in a very fluid way. So her education was improved probably with some contacts of people that she had here that were well off, and those contacts took her to London.
Mary English had a life that these days is almost unimaginable, crossing the Atlantic, married 3 times, having children, and at the same time participating politically in this movement of liberation. We tend to forget just how important the contribution of England was to the liberation struggles in Latin America, and forgetting even more that important women like Mary English were part of that. I was very interested when Patricia Diaz brought me the novel in Spanish, because as a translator I've translated lots of work from Latin America, and I think it's incredibly important. Mary English's contribution is found in a novel that brings those days back to life, just as the letters and the other memorabilia here in the British Library do, to show who this woman was, what she contributed, and how important her life story is.
My name is Rafael Pereira do Rego, and I work here in the British Library as a program manager and subject specialist in the Echo Center. In that context, in the last year, we had Patricia Diaz, who received the Visiting Fellowship for 2023. She has been a very important fellow, engaged with our collections, exploring the Mary English correspondences here at the British Library, so historical manuscripts. Her project was very interesting because it came into a moment that the Echo Center is trying to develop, expand their reach to include Latin America, and Patricia has important work with diasporic communities of Colombian diasporic communities in the UK, specifically in London, and we have a rich community here, and we are able to understand it more due to those fellowships and partnerships with fellows such as Patricia Diaz. So yeah, so I think her project came in the right moment of, I think, the Echo Center history and also the British Library aim.